Hello, and welcome to this WKO4 installation video. Before you begin to install your new WKO4 for PC, please watch the entire video to ensure success. Let's start out with 3 simple tips that hopefully should make things go easier, faster, and better. Tip number 1 is back up your WKO folder. Right now, if you go to your documents, search the folder Training Peaks, and within that you'll find a folder named WKO3. The simplest way is to right-click, make a copy of that folder, and store in the same location. WKO4 is a totally separate program and does not consume the WKO3 files or changes them in any way. But it's probably a good time before you do the new installation to back up the folder and ensure success. 2. Install WKO4 in the recommended location. When we go through the wizard, we will show you a location in your documents, in the same location actually, to store WKO4. It's important that your initial installation occurs on these recommendations. Later, you will have options to move the storage to some type of cloud or shared location. Installing WKO4 in a cloud-based storage location, such as Google Drive or Dropbox, could result in problems in the installation. Let's get it up and running on your computer first, and then we can move it later. Third, allow time for the sync. One of the things we've had, training with data for so many years now. We have a tremendous amount of data. The average coach's account has typically 50,000 plus files in it. This can take several hours to load. Please let the system complete the sync before jumping in and using your new WKO4. Also, at times some files will sync slower than others. Please do not stop and restart the sync, as this will only delay the process. If for some odd reason you do get stuck on a file download for more than, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes, it is okay to stop and restart, but only if stuck for that long. Now let's move on to the installation. Okay, now we're ready for installation. Navigate to trainingpeaks.com, products WKO4. I can download the free 14-day trial or purchase directly. I already have the file downloaded. Double click on it and it will bring up the beginning of the installation wizard. Once started, we click next. This gives us the EULA. We accept the EULA. Please feel free to read through it to make sure you accept it. Next, recommended place to store the program. Next, what to call it. Next, do you want to create a desktop icon? Yes, I do. Next, confirmation, and we begin install. The install process is quick. The reality, it is not a large file. It's going to want to launch WKO4. Please make sure this is checked. Click finish, and we move into the installation and initial setup. In initial setup, get some instructions. We're going to click next. We're going to allow to store in the recommended folder. Please remember the tips. We highly recommend you initially store in this location. Next, I can set up my initial preferences. I'm going to go with dark mode, English. I do start weeks on Monday, and I'm going to allow the data collection. Next, I'm actually going to teach in this an upgrade from previous versions of WKO Plus. You can do a new install, which would require you to enter your new athlete or your athlete information, or you can sync with trainingpeaks.com. If you are not a WKO3 user and you sync with trainingpeaks.com, it will ask for your coaching account login and password. Please do not use your personal, use your coaching account login and password. This will allow it to read your athlete list and automatically download all the athletes in your account. For this example, I'm going to upgrade from a previous version of WKO Plus, in which case we're upgrading from WKO Plus 3. Now, in the next screen, it is looking for my .dat file. So where is that .dat file? Well, the reality is it should be populated, but If for some reason yours is blank, you can search for it. It is located in your, I'm already in there. If you go to your documents, in Training Peaks folder, WKO, data, the .dat files will be typically at the bottom, just based on sorting, and you are looking for the cyclingpeaks.data file, which is right here. Do not download individual athletes. Use the entire cyclingpeaks.dat file. The reality is that includes all of the information located within WKO3, so this way it'll download all of your athletes automatically for you. Click Next, and it wants to finish install. It's prepping, so it's read 34 athletes in my account. I have 15,460 files in this account alone to prepare, so this is going to take some time. You will see the download bar progressing to ensure you that it is being loaded. Okay, now if you're choosing to sync with your Training Peaks account, the process is very simple. Highlight Sync with your Training Peaks account, click Next. Please log in with your username and password for your coach's account, not your personal account. Hit Enter, and it will show you, you notice that went from red to saying the username and password are valid. Click Next, and that's all I need to do. Now I click Finished, and you will see that it will begin to populate my WKO4. There is my athlete list, and the sync is beginning. It will pull all files down automatically.